Synesthetic.
Daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Today, the 21st of April, 2022. So, guys, here's the latest regarding to Johane Marange, and it is a high priest Saint Noah Taguta Momberume, and yes, thousands of Johane Marange Apostolic Church members converged at their Mafararikwa shrine to pay their last respects to High Priest Saint Noah Taguta Momberume, who was buried here in Bocha yesterday. In recognition of his contribution to the spiritual and material well-being of our nation, President Mnangagwa directed the government to accord the late Mutungwa Noah Taguta a state-assisted funeral. All the funeral expenses were funded by the state, much to the appreciation and gratitude of the bereaved family and the largest apostolic sect in the country. Mutungwa Noah was 82, and his remains were interred in Chinyamukumbu Mountain, where the other church leaders from the Momberume family were buried. His burial was without incident. The late spiritualist, whose funeral drew mourners from all walks of life, died on Sunday following a month-long illness. His followers dotted across Africa also attended the burial. The Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Nokutula Masikenyere, led a high-powered delegation of government ministers that include Deputy Minister of Youth, Sports, Arts and Education, Tino Machakaire, and Provincial Secretary for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Mr. Edgar Senza, Service Chiefs, ZANU-PF legislators, Comrades Mishek Mugaza, Pesumu Chimwe, and So Nzuma, family lawyers, church and traditional leaders. Deputy Minister Machakaira also assisted with a 30-ton truck load of food. Minister Matsikenyere delivered President Mnangagwa's speech, in which he described the late spiritualist as an institute leader who worked hard to impact life-changing skills to his followers and bring development to the Mafararikwa area. A devout Christian and staunch message of God, the late Mutungwa Noah was a truly begotten spiritual child of the church founded by late Johane Marange, which he transformed into a strong sub-regional movement of God's faithfuls covering southern, east and central Africa. Such a massive movement of believers drawn from diverse nationalities and cultures required inspired leadership, which only he alone could provide. We greatly admired his commitment to the world and his exceptional leadership, through which our country, Zimbabwe, is now a well-known spiritual epic center of the African continent. He did more for his brethren and country against age-old practices and set traditions. He challenged archaic outlooks to modernize the church until it embraced secular education, modern medical practices, and the better elite of the girl child in the church. With very little persuasion, he built a modern high school, which is a source of pride to the church, the community, and government. Today, children and families in the church and beyond accept education, and they've embraced modern medical practices, including vaccination programs. Mutumwa Noah was singularly responsible for this transformation, which consolidated the church's standing as a movement associated with the liberation of our country, said President Mnangagwa. I also knew the late departed as a passionate farmer. To that end, he approached the government for land, which he proceeded to put to full productive use, thus contributing to the overall effort towards national food security. That tradition of agriculture, industry, and productivity on a commercial scale is now firmly established in the church, which is able to meet its food requirements in addition to a marketable surplus. We applaud his leadership, which went beyond the spiritual realm to encompass the secular, thus ministering to a complete human being, said President Mnangagwa. Diverting from the prepared speech, Minister Matikenyere urged the Taguta family and the church to remain united and pursue the development vision set by their father and leader. There are some who may be bent on sowing seeds of division and disunity in the church and family, but we do not want to see that happening. I urge you to remain united and pursue the vision of Mutumwa Noah. She described him as a forthright and straightforward leader who was uncompromised on developmental issues. When I got into office, he's the first leader I visited. From the conversation I had with him, he was forthright and vouched for the completion of the tarring of the Mutare Mafararikwa road, a request which government took seriously and fulfilled last year. We do not want to hear you fighting. The late Mutumwa was a man of love and development. The family should remain united. The church must uphold his legacy by remaining intact and unshakable, said Minister Matikenyere. Family spokesperson Mr. Philip Taguta described his father's death as the darkest chapter in the family's history. Mr. Taguta also thanked the government for honoring their father with a state-assisted funeral, saying the gesture will remain embedded in their hearts and minds. He was complaining about painful legs and stomach for a month and breathed his last on Sunday around 10 a.m. It came as a huge shock to the family. We never thought it would come to this, and it is difficult to believe that he's gone. He was one person who always urged us to be united and to work hard, he said. Senator Chief Chuduku, who gave a vote of thanks on behalf of the church, thanked the government for supporting the church, saying the relationship should continue despite the demise of Mutumwa. Our church is composed of obedient and peace-loving people, and we urge government to continue treating us the same way as you did when Mutumwa was still alive. Do not ill-treat us because Mutumwa is no more. We want the good relation between the church and the government to continue, said Chief Chiduku. And so guys, that's regarding to what happened yesterday when the high priest was laid to rest. And yes, the relationship between the government and the church, even during Mugabe time, and so as the government, which is the politicians, of course they're gonna keep that bond because in support support. And so this is a daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Media Entertainment TV. Remember guys to like, share, comment and follow, and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our new uploads that we do upload on this channel each and every day, each and every hour. Bless up.